Hi, my name is Dean Sickler and I work with Golden Paintworks. Today I'd like to talk about metallic paints, what they are and how to work with them. Now the term metallic paints is a bit of a misnomer in that there are no metallic particles within this paint. Instead, it's a non-reactive silicate called mica that has similar reflective qualities of metal, but without the downsides of metal in a water-based paint, such as oxidation and chemical sensitivity. Our line of metallic paints comes in 4 standard bases: pearl, gold, bronze, and copper. From these 4 bases, we can make and match an almost unlimited number of colors, although we do have a standard 28 color palette. Any of these colors can be made for you at your GPW supplier or online. You can find these colors and many more at the goldenpaintworks.com website. The metallic paints dry to a satin sheen. We can actually adjust that. Golden Paintworks makes another very useful product called matting additive. Matting additive is used to change the sheen level of any one of the Golden Paintworks products, along with most other water-based type materials. To change the sheen level from a satin to a matte, add in 1/2 of a bottle into a quart of paint, or 2 full bottles into a gallon of paint for a perfect 8:1 ratio, and you can change this satin sheen paint into a beautiful matte metallic finish. Now I'd like to talk about controlling light reflection in the way the metallic paint is applied. Mica pigments or platelets in metallic paint are like tiny little mirrors that will line up in the same direction in which they are applied. That's why for a uniform look, you always want to lay them off in the same direction, whether you're working small scale or large scale. Let them line up for an unbroken finish. This is also true with brushwork. You always want to keep your brush strokes lined up in the same direction before the paint dries. That would mean brushing back into your previous application using a soft landing and a feather off. So soft landing and then feather off, brushing back into the previous application. So we add more paint. Then we finish off by lining up all the brush strokes in the same direction, soft landing, feather off, just like that. And here's what it looks like after the second coat. You can use this feature of metallic paint and make patterns by using any number of tools to control the direction of light reflection. Here I'm using a 4-inch chip brush to create a basket weave. You can even go back into the paint before it dries to adjust the size and shape of the patterns. Here's another interesting tool. This is an inexpensive wallpaper brush used to create a long strié. You can also use it to create a moire pattern within the paint itself. Or even an extra large basket weave. One more thing I'd like to mention about Golden Paintworks metallic paints is that these paints have an extender in them, which gives you a little bit more working time than regular paint. But in some circumstances, if you're doing an elaborate technique or a very tall wall, the paint needs a little help. We also carry a couple of glazing mediums or extenders. I'd recommend to put in the sheer glazing medium into the metallic paint at a ratio of 1:4. That would be 1 part of the glazing medium to 4 parts paint, a cup of glazing medium into a quart, or an entire quart into a gallon of paint, and that'll give you an additional 30% working time. You can use metallic paint in a full coat, either rolled or brushed. You can put a stencil over the paint, or use it as a design element in a stencil or a graphic pattern, or even as an expression in a composition. For more photos and inspiration, go to goldenpaintworks.com. Thanks for watching.